Today we're going to talk about some of my favourite Skin Glow products. I'm just putting a bit of mascara on, just so when I edit this video, I don't feel terrible about myself. Much more for me than it is for you. Okay, but if you want to know, that was YSL Lash Clash. Let's start with one of the products that I've absolutely been loving. I've nearly finished it. Look at that, there's not much left at all. This is Then I Met You, and it is called the Living Cleansing Balm. This was a completely off-the-cuff purchase. I hadn't seen anyone review it at the time. I just was in Space NK and it was standing alone on a promotional counter. Just one single product, and I love the smell, which is kind of like grapefruity with a bit of rosemary in there. And I like the colour, which is very vibrant yellow. And I thought, yeah, I'll give it a punt. It's £38, and it comes with a little kind of spatula, which makes the whole experience very nice because you don't have to scoop your fingers in, especially if you have long nails like me, can be quite gross. And it's like a sorbet texture that you then work into your hands and your skin, and it becomes an oil. It removes everything, SPF, makeup, everything. I love it. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It's just a massive recommend from me. I will definitely be repurchasing that. So 38 quid, and that is available from Space NK. Right, next is SkinCeuticals, quite a pricey brand this one. Triple Lipid Restore 242. This is the anti-aging lipid replenish cream. Now, I wouldn't even know about this product if I hadn't gone for a SkinCeuticals facial. After I finished, the facialist said that my skin absolutely loves this, and it really does. I have a thyroid condition, and one of the symptoms of that is extremely clinically dry skin. It is so dry. And what's so amazing about this actually is that it helps to replenish and repair the external skin barrier. And I've been wearing this at night. I find it just absolutely brilliant. It might be a little bit rich for some people, but if you have really dry skin, your skin just absolutely eats this up. I'm always reluctant to recommend things that are very expensive. This is £150, and I wouldn't mention it if I didn't really love it. So I've been using that. I've also been using SkinCeuticals P-tiox. This is a wrinkle modulating peptide serum, and I love this before I put my makeup on. It's the kind of product that creates glass skin. I've nearly finished this. You're supposed to use it twice a day, but because it's 130 quid, I daren't. I use it once a day before my makeup. I feel like all the skincare is so essential right now. Not only have I got really dry skin, but also where I've been blowing my nose so much, it's extra dry and a little bit flaky. The lipid repair I wear at night, so I'm going to pop that to one side. I feel like I'm always talking about this product because I just go through it and go through it and through it. You can see I've nearly finished this one too. That's 3 products that are almost close to being empty. This one is Medicate Advanced Day Protect Ultimate Protect. It's an SPF 50 from Medicate. I absolutely love this, not only because it protects my skin, but because it also adds a layer of moisture, and it's great underneath makeup. And these are all very important things to me. So that's going over the top of my P-tiox, because we're using products that are creating healthy looking skin when we feel like dog shit. I'm gonna ignore my neck today just because my microphone's there, and I'll bash it. I'm going to use a little bit of the Sally Hughes ring light. This is £10, available from Superdrug. And what do I like about it? Well, if you want a very natural look, you can use this not only under your eyes, it's very lightly illuminating, you should be able to see, but I really like it across my eyelid. And whenever I wear it, I always get comments on it. So this is an illuminating eye balm. So I'm using this as skincare under the eyes, pre-concealer, but also as a balm on the eyelid as a kind of makeup product. And that goes all the way over the brow bone. Apologies, it's going to get gradually darker and darker and darker. It's only 2:30 here in the UK, but it does get dark because the clocks have gone back now. It does get dark very early on. I love it when my kids are like, could you imagine living in Norway? It's dark half the year. I'm like, where do you think you live? It's dark half the year here. Anyway, Arborian Skin Hero Glow with ginseng. Non-tinted perfector, smooths and brightens. This is £42 and it is hydrating and luminous. Arborian for me makes some of the best primers. My skin really loves them. I'm huge into the pink primer. This is going to work as a primer too. I'm going to use my hands to put this on. Hopefully we're starting to look a little bit more glowy now. So let me just rub this into my hand just in case you can't see that. Maybe you can see it on my hand. It just gives a light glow. It's not kind of as makeup-y as something like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It's not going to give you any coverage, but it does just give your skin just this healthy kind of pep up. Right, this one is absolutely brand new to me. It only came in yesterday and it is beautiful. This is the RMS Sun Cover-Up Super Tint. It's an SPF 50 and the colour I'm using is Cameo. Now, it's an SPF 50, but in order to get the coverage of a 50, you'd have to put so much on. So I tend to just kind of ignore the fact that there's SPF in these things and make sure you are still wearing an SPF underneath, because certainly if you were to go to the beach with this on, you'll still burn through it, especially if you want to wear it in such a way that it looks flattering. Otherwise, you'd have to put so much on, as I said. So you might think, why bother picking one that's got an SPF in? For me, I really like products that have SPFs in because they go on my skin nicer. They have a little bit more of a slip to them, and so they leave a bit more of a glow. Not all of them, but quite a lot. I've written it all down if you're wondering what I'm looking at. This one is £56, and I believe it's just launched. It's fairly sheer, but super hydrating and really, really flattering, I think. And this is helping to diffuse and disguise the kind of darkness and the dullness and the flakiness that COVID has left my skin with. If you like the idea of this kind of glowy finish, but you feel that you want more coverage, then you might like something like the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting. It's more coverage, but it's still got this kind of radiant glow to it, which is lush. It's time for concealer. We need a powerhouse concealer. And so I am going for Glossier Stretch. The colour I am using is Light 2. And I'm going to use a Monica Blunder brush. And I'm going to blend that just lightly, the smallest amount, just over the top of the Sally Hughes ring light. And I have a blemish here, which I've picked and picked and picked. And so it's hung around. So we're going to cover that too. Don't go over the top with concealer anywhere you've got flaky or particularly dry skin, because it can really kind of accentuate that. So just stick with the hydrating products where the skin is particularly dry. Now, I haven't got many more products to show you. I am going to use a little of this, which I haven't written down the price of, but it's, I think, about £5. This is Revolution Cream Bronze. I bought it on a whim in Boots when I was looking pale. And the shade I'm using is Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. I love this. I think it's just such a brilliant and really affordable product. I like the shade. I love the texture. It's very light. It feels sheer and airy. And I like that it looks like skin when I put it on. Now I am going to take a little bit of this bronzer and just put it across my brow bone. Give me a little bit of colour. Then, this was sent to me this week. This is from a brand called Basma. It just slides open like that. I really love this shade. It is called Mauve. And this is a sort of pinky with a purpley undertone to it. I guess that's why they've called it Mauve. But it's just adding to that glow. Now I'm going to put a tiny bit of powder on before my next product. This is Kosas and it's Cloud Powder. And the shade is Breezy. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of that just through the central panel, keep everything in place. The next product is this one. It is Prep Set and Glow. It's £25 and it is from the brand Iconic London. Now, if I give it a good shake, then you will see that that kind of wakes up the shimmery pigments in there. As I'm going through the day and I start to look a bit dull and tired again, I will add a bit of this for glow. So hold on. You could start off like that if you want to, but it's just one of those products that I think is really handy to have in your bag, especially if you've got to wear your makeup for a long time during the day, because it really, really peps everything up. I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. While that is just setting, I am going to take this lip liner. This is by Mario and the colour is Smoky Pink. I really like the shade because it's very similar to my natural lip, so it looks kind of a bit more natural. And because I don't have very, very defined lip shape, I do need to always wear a lip liner, even though weirdly on the edges here, I have like a natural pigmentation lip line, but just nothing up the top here. Just use my finger to soften that in. And onto the bottom lip, which just constantly just does its own thing because I talk out of one side of my mouth. And then my final product is Fresh Sugar Hydrating Lip Balm. Now this colour they don't do anymore. It feels like that with brands, you know, like by the time you get to the end of something, it's already been discontinued. This shade was blood orange, but they do loads of other colours and I just really love the texture of these. These are £18 available at Space NK, Cult Beauty, probably look fantastic as well, loads of places. My top light's gone out, but I think we're probably fine because we are done. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. Bye.